Hello students, welcome to Anne's classes. Let's do exponents, chapter 5, exercise 5b. We are with question 4. Simplify and express the answer in the positive exponent form. That means our final answer should have a power that is positive. So let's begin. So here we have minus 3 raised to the power of 3 into 2 to the power of 6 by 6 into 2 to the power of 3. So let's begin by writing the same thing in the numerator, minus 3 raised to the power of 3 into 2 to the power of 6. Now here in the denominator, we have 6 which isn't in the exponent form, isn't it? So let's find the prime factors of 6. So let's find the prime factors of 6. That will be 6. When we divide this, 2 3s are 6 and 3 1s are 3. So what are the prime factors of 6? 2 into 3 or 3 into 2. So here this will be 3 into 2 into, now what is left here? 2 to the power of 3. So let's write that 2 to the power of 3. So now let's work on the denominators first. So here in the numerator, what do we have? We have minus 3 raised to the power of 3 into 2 to the power of 6. And here in the denominator, we have 3 into, now 2 to the power of 1 plus 2 to the power of 3 is 2 to the power of 1 plus 3. So that becomes 2 to the power of 4. Remember, when we do multiplication, if the base is the same, you add up the powers. So 2 to the power of 1 plus 3 is 2 to the power of 4. Now let's work on this minus 3. Now here in the base, our 3 is positive, whereas here it is negative, isn't it? So let's work on that. So there, let me write it here. So instead of minus 3, I'm going to write minus 1 into 3. Isn't it the same? Minus 1 into 3 is minus 3. The whole thing raised to the power of 3 into 2 to the power of 6 by 3 into 2 to the power of 4. So this will be, if I open the brackets, it will be minus 1 raised to the power of 3 into 3 to the power of 3. Isn't it? And 2 to the power of 6. And in the base, I have 3 into 2 to the power of 4. Now let's work out. Now this minus 1 raised to the power of 3. Remember, any negative integer, if it is raised to a power which is odd, okay, which is an odd number, the answer will be negative. So minus 1, if you multiply it 3 times, your answer will be negative and 1. So that is already minus 1. Then into 3 to the power of, now here we have 3 to the power of 3 divided by 3 to the power of 1. So in division, we subtract the powers. So this will be 3 to the power of 3 minus 1. And then let's take 2. We have 2 to the power of 6 here divided by 2 to the power of 4. So we subtract the power 6 minus 4. So this is 6 minus 4. So we don't have anything in the denominator. We have taken it all up. So now what do we have here? Minus 1 into 3 to the power of 3 minus 1 is 3 to the power of 2 into 2 to the power of 6 minus 4 is 2 to the power of 2. 6 minus 4 is 2. So now to get a final answer, we can take minus 1, we can multiply it with 3, or we can take it with 2, we can multiply it with 2. Now since 2 is a smaller number, let's multiply with 2. So minus 1 into 2 will be minus 2, isn't it? Minus 2 raised to the power of 2, and the other number is 3 raised to the power of 2. So we have our answer now in the positive exponent form. 2 is raised to the power of 2 and 3 is also raised to the power of 2. Both the powers are positive. Question 2, we have 2 raised to the power of 3, the whole thing raised to the power of 5. So when you have one power raised to another power, you multiply the powers. That is 3 into 5 is 15. So let's write that. So this becomes 2 to the power of 15 into 5 to the power of 4. Now in the denominator, as you can see, we have 4 which is not a prime number. All these are prime numbers, isn't it? 4 is not a prime number. So let's get the prime factors of 4. So that will be 4. Let's get the prime factors divided by 2. 2 2s are 4. Again we have 2. 2 1s are 2. So what are the prime factors of 4? 2 into 2. So let's write that. So that is 2 into 2 raised to the power of 3 into 5 to the power of 2. So we have this. Now 2 to the power of 15 into 5 to the power of 4, we'll write it as it is. Now, in the denominator here, we are going to open the brackets. That means this 2 is raised to the power of 3 and this 2 is also raised to the power of 3. So let's open the brackets. So that will be 2 raised to the power of 3 into 2 raised to the power of 3 into 5 raised to the power of 2. So this will be 2 raised to the power of 15 as it is into 5 raised to the power of 4, and then here 2 to the power of 3 into 2 to the power of 3. When the base is the same, you can add the powers for multiplication. So 3 plus 3 is 6. So that becomes 2 to the power of 6 into 5 to the power of 2. Now we can solve this here. Here 2 to the power of 15 by 2 to the power of 6. That means this is division. When it is division, we can subtract the powers. So that will become 2 to the power of 15 minus 6 into, similarly here also it's division. That is 5 to the power of 4 divided by 5 to the power of 2. We can subtract the powers. So that becomes 5 to the power of 4 minus 2. So what do we have here? 2 to the power of, how much is 15 minus 6? 9 into 5 to the power of 4 minus 2 is 2. 5 to the power of 2. So this will be our final answer. 2 raised to the power of 9 into 5 raised to the power of 2. Question 3. 36 into minus 6 to the power of 2 into 3 to the power of 6 by 12 to the power of 3 into 3 to the power of 5. So the main question says simplify, isn't it? That means we have to bring it to simpler terms. So 36, we're going to get the prime factors. 6 also is not a prime number. We're going to get the prime factors. Similarly with 12 also, we're going to get the prime factors. So first, let's get the prime factors of 36. So let's write 36. We can begin with 3. 3 ones are 3. 3 twos are 6. Continue with 3. 3 fours are 12. Now you can go to 2. 2 twos are 4. Again, 2 ones are 2. So what do we have there? We have 3 into 3 into 2 into 2. That is for 36 into, now here we have minus 6. So let's change that to minus 1 into 6 raised to the power of 2 into 3 to the power of 6. And here in the denominator we have 12 raised to the power of 3. So let's get the prime factors of 12. 12, that will be 2 6s are 12, 2 3s are 6, and 3 1s are 3. So prime factors are 2 into 2 into 3. So let's write that 2 into 2 into 3, and here it says 12 raised to the power of 3. That means all these prime factors also are raised to the power of 3. So let's put brackets there. They're all raised to the power of 3. Then we have into 3 to the power of 5. So now let's write that. Let's get all the 3's together here. So here we have 1, 3, then we have one more, and here we have 6. So 1 plus 1 is 2, 2 plus 6 is 8. So 3 is raised to the power of 8. So let's write that. 3 raised to the power of 8. Then let's go on to 2. So 2 we have raised to the power of 1 plus 1, 2 to the power of 2. 1 plus 1 is 2. Now here, now we are going to open the brackets. So when you open the brackets, each number inside will be carried to this power. That means minus 1 is raised to the power of 2 and 6 is raised to the power of 2. So let's write that. Minus 1, because it's negative, I'm putting brackets, is raised to the power of 2 into 6 is raised to the power of 2. And this 3 to the power of 6 we've already included here. So we don't have to write that again. Then in the denominator, what do we have? Now here also, as you can see, all these are raised to the power of 3. That means each one is raised to the power of 3. So let's write that first. So that is 2 to the power of 3 into again 2 to the power of 3 into 3 to the power of 3 into 3 to the power of 5. Okay, now what we are going to do is we are going to get the prime factors of 6. So we'll write everything else as it is and write this prime factor once we complete this. So let's write this 3 to the power of 8 into 2 to the power of 2 into, now here minus 1 raised to the power of 2. Whenever a negative number is raised to an even number, this answer will be positive. So minus 1 raised to the power of 2 is 1. 1 itself, isn't it? Because 1 into 1 is 1. So that is 1 into, now we are going to get the prime factors of 6. So let's do that. We're getting the prime factors of 6. Do it with 2. 2 3s are 6. Now you can do it with 3. 3 1s are 3. So 2 into 3. Again, 2 into 3. The whole thing is raised to the power of 2 because here 6 is raised to the power of 2. Then in the denominator, what do we have? As it is, you can write 2 to the power of, now 3 plus 3. So that will be 2 to the power of 6. 2 to the power of 6 into, now take 3. 3 to the power of 3 plus 5. 3 to the power of 8. Then let's continue. 3 to the power of 8 into 2 to the power of 2 into 1 you don't have to write because when you multiply with 1 you get back the same things. Into. Now here we're going to open the brackets. That means each number inside is carried to the power of 2. 2 to the power of 2 into 3 to the power of 2. So let's write 2 square into 3 square. Then in the denominator 2 to the power of 6 into 3 to the power of 8. So here let's get all the 3's and the 2's together. So now here we have 3 to the power of 8 and 3 to the power of 2. Isn't it? So because it's multiplication, you can add the powers. 3 to the power of 8 plus 2 is 10. Then look at 2. 2 to the power of 2 plus 2 is 4. 2 to the power of 4. So here we have 2 to the power of 6 into 3 to the power of 8. So let's simplify this and get our final answer. Okay, now let's look at 3. Now 3 raised to the power of 10 in the numerator. In the denominator, 3 raised to the power of 8. So this is division, isn't it? When it is division, you subtract the powers. So when you subtract the power, you subtract the smaller power from the higher power. So the smaller is down here and the higher is up there. So what do we write? We write 3 to the power of 10 minus 8. Now let's look at 2. Now 2 to the power of 4 divided by 2 to the power of 6. Which is the higher power? The higher power is 6. That means we take 4 down. We take the smaller power down and we subtract it from the higher power. So that means we have 2 in the denominator. We have 6 there. Now bring the power, the smaller power, and subtract it. 6 minus 4. So here what do we have? 3 to the power of 10 minus 8 is 2 by 2 to the power of 6 minus 4 is 2. So we have 3 to the power of 2 by 2 to the power of 2. And since both the powers are 2, you can write 3 by 2 like this. We can write 3 by 2, the whole thing. We can say the whole thing raised to the power of 2. So this will be our final answer. 3 by 2, the whole raised to the power of 2. Question 4. So here we have minus 128 by 2187. That means since the question says simplify, we have to first get the prime factors of these two numbers. So let's get the prime factors of 128 first. So we have 128. Let's begin with 2. So 2 6's are 12, 2 4's are 8. Again, you can continue with 2. 2 3's are 6, 2 2's are 4. Continue with 2. 2 1's are 2, 2 6's are 12. 2 into 16 is 32. So keep continuing. 2 8's are 16. Again, 2 4's are 8. Then we get 2 2's are 4 and 2 1's are 2. So this is done. So we've got the prime factors of 128. Let's put a minus there. Let's count the number of 2's here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 2's. So let's write that. 2 into 2 into 2 into 2, 4. We've got 3 more. 5, 6 and 7. And now we're going to find the prime factors of 2187. So let's do that. 2187. Now is this number divisible by 3? 2187. What is the test for 3? Add up all the digits. So 2 plus 1 plus 8 plus 7. 2 plus 1 is 3. 3 plus 7 is 10. 10 plus 8 is 18. And 18 is in the tables of 3. So we can start with 3. We cannot use 2 here because this is not an even number. So we're going to divide this by 3 first. So let's do the division by 3. So 2187 divided by 3. 3 sevens are 21 minus, then we bring down 8, 3 twos are 6 minus, bring down 7, 27, 3 nines are 27. So this is 0. That means 3 into 729. So we can write 729. Is this divisible by 3? Let's add it up. 7 plus 2 is 9. 9 plus 9 is 18. Yes. So we can divide this again by 3. So let's do that division by 3. So again divide 729 by 3 this time. So 729 divided by 3. 3 twos are 6 minus 1, bring down 2, 12, 3 fours are 12, minus, bring down 9, 3 threes are 9. So it is divisible by 3. So 3 into 243 will give us 729. Now is this divisible by 3? 2 plus 4 is 6, 6 plus 3 is 9. Yes, it is divisible by 3. So again, let's divide this by 3 and see. So 243 divided by 3. So that will be 3 eighths are 24 minus, so we have 0, we bring down 3, 3 ones are 3. That's 81. So 3 into 81 is 243, and this we can again divide it by 3. So let's divide 81 by 3. 3 twos are 6. And then there's 2 left, 3 sevens are 21. Again by 3, 3 nines are 27. Again you can divide it by 3, 3 threes are 9. Again by 3, 3 ones are 3. So now we have all the prime factors of 3. So how many 3s are the prime factors of 2187? Let's count the number of 3s. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So again 3 also we have 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7. So now let's put it in the exponent form. So we have minus here and 2, we have 7 of them, isn't it? So 2 raised to the power of 7 by 3 also we have 7, 3 raised to the power of 7. Since both are raised to the power of 7, we can put them together as 2 by 3, the whole thing raised to the power of 7. We have a minus sign before that. So let's write 2 by 3, the whole thing raised to the power of 7. So this is our final answer. Question 5, we have a question here very clearly written. So now let's take each variable and see the exponent. The index form, it's been given there, the power. Let's see how to write it. So let's begin with the first one, that is the letter A. And here we have minus 7 in the numerator. In the denominator, we have a to the power of 3. That is a to the power of minus 7 divided by a to the power of 3. When it is division, we subtract the powers. So we have minus 7 already on top. Now subtract the powers means minus 3. Now let's go to B. So let's write the letter B. And what do we have for B? In the numerator we have minus 7 divided by B minus 5. So that will be minus 7 minus minus 5. Let's write it down. Minus 7 minus minus 5. So remember, when it is division and the base is the same, you subtract the powers. Now let's go to C. So C, what do we have? We have 5 and then this is division, so we're going to subtract 5 minus minus 3. So let's write that 5 minus minus 3. Because we have a minus sign, I've put the brackets there. Now let's go to D. So we have D. Now here what do we have? 4 minus 8. So I can write it this way also, 4 minus 8. Or I can put D in the denominator itself and write D to the power of 8 minus 4. But let's learn to work out this way also. Okay, now let's simplify this. So A, now the powers are minus 7 minus 3. When signs are the same, put the same sign and add. So let's put the same sign, that will be minus, and add. 7 plus 3 is 10. So A to the power of minus 10. Now let's go to B. So we'll write B. Now here we have brackets. So first let's open the brackets. So when you remove the brackets, you have to see the sign before the bracket. If it is minus, this sign will change. So this is going to become plus 5. So let's write that minus 7 plus 5. So b to the power of minus 7 plus 5. Then we go to c. So that will become 5 plus 3 because the sign is minus before the bracket. So 5 plus 3 into d to the power of 4 minus 8. Now this d, we can also put it down in the denominator and say d to the power of 8 minus 4 like I said. But let's work out here itself. Now this will have a plus sign when signs are different. So here what do we have? Plus 4 minus 8. When signs are different, we put the sign of the bigger number and subtract. So that will be minus 8 minus 4 is 4. So now let's simplify everything. A to the power of minus 10 will remain as it is into b to the power of, now here let's simplify this. Signs are different. So we put the sign of the bigger number and we subtract. So that is minus 7 minus 5 is 2 into c to the power of, here it is addition, 5 plus 3 is 8 into d to the power of minus 4. So remember what our question said. Our question said that our answer should have positive exponent. We should simplify our answer and all the exponent, that is the powers, should all be positive. But here can you see we have negative here, only c is positive and d is also negative. Now all the negatives will go to the denominator and only the positive one will remain in the numerator. That means only c to the power of 8 will remain in the numerator. Now whenever you have a negative power, now for example only in the case of a to the power of minus 10, now suppose I take a to the power of minus 10, now I can write this as 1 by a to the power of 10. So when I take it to the denominator, can you see the power has become positive? So whenever it is negative, you can write it this way, 1 by a to the power of 10. So now this is positive. So now let's write all the negatives like that. That is, we bring all the negatives down. So this will be 1 by a to the power of 10 into, again b is minus 2. So 1 by b to the power of 2. So when it comes down, it's become positive. Into c to the power of 8 is already positive power. So we'll write it as c to the power of 8 itself. And this one d to the power of minus 4 will be 1 by d to the power of 4. So now everything has become positive, isn't it? Now let's put it all together. Now this particular step, you don't have to actually write. I have put it down here for you to understand it better. From here, you can straight away go to this last step. And what is the last step? In the numerator, we have c to the power of 8, which is positive. And in the denominator, we have a to the power of 10 into b to the power of 2 into, now c is there on top. So what is there next to it? D to the power of 4. So d to the power of 4. So this is our final answer. From this step, you can straight away come to this step. I have done this step in between for you to understand how this negative has become positive. So now this is our answer. So what is our final answer? C to the power of 8 by a to the power of 10 into b to the power of 2 into d to the power of 4. We can also write this as c to the power of 8 by a to the power of 10, b to the power of 2 and d to the power of 4. So this is without the multiplication sign. It's understood when there is no sign in between that it is a multiplication sign. So the answer can be in this form or straight away in this form. Question 6. A to the power of 3 into b to the power of minus 5, the whole thing raised to the power of minus 2. So whatever's inside is raised to the power of minus 2. Now when one power is raised to another power, you have to multiply. So here how do we write this? So this becomes a to the power of 3 into minus 2 into, what's the next one? b to the power of minus 5 into minus 2. Now let's simplify this. A to the power of 3 into minus 2. So the sign is minus, 3 2s are 6. into b to the power of, now minus, you have one minus sign here for minus 5 and minus 2. Minus into minus is plus, and 5 2s are 10. So this is a to the power of minus 6 into b to the power of 10. And again the question says simplify and write in the positive exponent form, and here we have a negative power. So this has to become positive. And remember, in the previous one I said if you have a negative power, you can write that as 1 by a to the power of 6. So a to the power of minus 6 can be written as 1 by a to the power of 6. So let's do that here. So here 1 by a to the power of 6, straight away we can write as 1 by a to the power of 6 into b is already positive, so b to the power of 10. So this will be 1 into b to the power of 10 will be b to the power of 10. b to the power of 10 by a to the power of 6. So this is our final answer, b raised to the power of 10 divided by a raised to the power of 6. So we will stop with this for now, children. In our next video, we will continue with the remaining questions. Thank you, children.